Well, good afternoon. I'm Ed Chase, and I'm the Vice President of Conferences for LRP Publications. And that means that I am the producer of the FETC event.
That's awesome.
That is awesome.
It is awesome.
Yeah. Are you now? We're into day 3. We have one more.
Well, day
after
3
two.
for you guys. We've been here since Saturday evening.
For all the ants attacking the hill
Right.
here, so it's getting close to the end for you.
We see light at the end of the tunnel, absolutely.
But so far, for us, it's been an amazing conference. How about for you?
It is an amazing conference. I mean, I don't think there's anything like it. There's so much to do. You're kind of overwhelmed.
Yeah.
Yes.
The show floor is enormous. There are 400 plus sessions, individual sessions.
Yes.
Trust me, if I had my way, I wouldn't do that. But that's, people want the variety, and there's enough content to spread that around and to make everybody happy. So,
I
do what
was
we
here
can.
a few years back for Tech Ed from Microsoft, and that's massive.
Mm.
And the exhibitor floor didn't hold a candle to this one. Amazing. When I walked in with David yesterday, we went in the afternoon, and I was like, what is going on here?
It could be a little overwhelming.
Yeah.
So we always say you kind of make a plan before you go there, and you kind of pick where you want to go, pick the names you want to talk to, and schedule some time out for them. There's way too many fun things to do. You can get distracted really easily. Shiny penny here or there. Right. You're not going to do it, but it's there's enough there to keep you busy for 2 or 3 full days.
Yeah.
Oh, well, absolutely. And then, talking about the expo area and all of the different, one of the things that I like about this particular conference, and I know we're not going to get into a lot of the content per se, but one of the things I like about this conference, and in terms of overwhelming in a very good way, the different types of workshops and breakout sessions and poster presentations, and there's all kinds of different ways that the participants, the attendees, can get the content they're looking for. And then on top of the different ways they can get it, there's now 5 or 6 different avenues they can travel down.
Added this year.
Yeah, it was.
And the new IT.
And the
Correct.
IT,
Yep.
and
So
I mean,
you picked up more people.
Yeah.
That's really cool. So for your end of it, I have to ask you, how long does this take you to plan this thing?
It takes years, basically.
It really
takes
does,
years.
doesn't it?
It does. So we planned for this event before we left the event last year here.
Right.
And I can tell you that we will be in Orlando. We'll be right here next year. We'll be right here in 2019. We're moving to Miami Beach in 2020, and then we'll be back in Orlando for 21-22. I could also give you years out until 24. But that's how far we have to secure the space. It's a lot of space.
Yeah.
The expo floor is big. The number of rooms that we need, there's just not that many facilities that can hold us. So we have been very aggressive in plotting out our footprint over the next couple of years.
So you mentioned Miami. Has FETC been to Miami before?
Not that I'm aware of. It started years ago. They started in Tampa and moved here, but I'm not so sure they've ever been to Miami.
Wow, that'll
That'll
be
be
cool.
interesting.
As a production team, we're looking forward to it. Got to tell you,
That'll be a hoot.
the 2 tracks that you talked about that you added, the special ed and the IT tracks, those are right in our wheelhouse for other events that we do. We do 12 other conferences in various topics, but some of our other larger events are focused specifically on technology, and we have a very large National Institute on educating individuals with disabilities. So special education is kind of our forte with our editorial team back home. So it just kind of seemed like a natural fit to bring in our expertise into those 2 tracks and offer them. And it's been a big hit so far.
Been accepted
That's awesome.
very well.
And you're talking about all the different conferences that you guys do. So you've been with LRP since
Almost 5 years.
Okay, so
Yes.
so before FETC was under LRP's
Correct.
umbrella. So how did that all come about? Or if you're aware that you may not, that may be, I don't know what your scope is. So, but I'm curious how the partnership was formed, and then ultimately how FETC was brought under LRP as a way to bring it into the umbrella of things that LRP already does.
I will tell you, it was a target for a long time because we knew it kind of fit right in our wheelhouse, just a little bit on the side, but we could make it work. So it was a long process and basically a purchase. And some of the old team is still with us. First and foremost is the program chair, Jen Womble. She is just fantastic and just a true leader in this area. So we had a couple of years of we tried to make it as smooth transition as we could so that the attendees wouldn't say, what happened? Who took this over? Why is this different? I think if you asked a lot of people, do you know who owns it now? And they'd say, was it bought by somebody else? So things that we're trying to adjust to kind of bring it into the way that we do our shows. We're doing it very slowly. It's not going to be drastic changes that the average attendee would see.
Right. Well, that's one of the things. I've been to FETC a couple of times, and it was really weird. I'm one of those people who that did notice. And I was like, wait a minute, when did FETC suddenly become an LRP thing? Because, I'll be honest, I didn't know what LRP was. And so I was like, wait, what is this LRP? And then, speaking of, we were talking before we came on the air, we were talking about rabbit holes and going to rabbit holes. I started chasing that rabbit hole, or chasing that rabbit down the hole. I don't know what I was chasing. Anyway.
We'll get to that later.
Yeah, that's
a different story.
That's a whole different show. But anyway, I started looking into all the different things that LRP does. And I'm like, holy cow, this is amazing. This is huge. So yeah, it's very, very cool.
We're very happy. It was a great fit. I will tell you, it's a large event, as you know, and it very quickly became the largest event that we have by attendance numbers.
Yeah.
And it takes a very long time to put together the logistics, as you can imagine. So I'm the guy, if you sit in it, watch it, look at it, eat it, drink it, or walk on it, it has been planned by our team.
Right.
And I have a meeting planner who is spectacular, Ashley Marsh, who puts this all together. I have another meeting planner that handles the expo floor, Amanda Kyle, and we have a team upon team of people that put it all together. Show floor, AV, this, that. So
sure,
it was a lot. I mean, it was a big thing, a big chunk of the apple to bite. But we shared with the previous owners last year, trying to make sure that we had everything under control, and then this is our first full year taking it over, if you want to say that. So, but I think very few problems. I'm happy to hear
it. It has been phenomenal, and it really has. And it's really cool having been to FETC before the LRP takeover. I don't mean that. I don't mean that negatively. I mean, I don't know, ownership, transfer of ownership. How about that? I don't know, whatever you want to call that. I don't know, buyout. I don't know, whatever. However that works. But I've been to FETC before, and having been to FETC this year, the first full year of LRP ownership, and it's just, I would venture that most of the attendees who have been to FETC over the years really have no idea. They have no idea. It's
seamless move.
Beautiful, seamless.
That was the goal.
It's exactly what people expect of FETC from a large vantage point in terms of what's being offered, or more to the point, how it's being offered with the different breakouts, those kinds of things I talked about. But at the same time, it's growing and evolving. I mean, we talked about the mega expo floor. You talk about all of the workshops and all of the concurrent sessions and all the stuff going on. It's still FETC, and that is awesome.
There were an awful lot of things with this conference that weren't broke, and we're not going to fix something that's not broke.
Yeah.
So we're just trying to make things a little better, and starting with the expo floor. So every year that you'll see it, it'll be bigger and it'll be better.
I have to tell you, it really is amazing.
I think your team's great. Renette has worked with us beautifully the whole time. I mean, it was easy, seamless for us to get here. This is the first time to do your conference, and for what we do, it's a little different. I know. We've been very well accepted. As you noticed, the seat is always full. It seems like, and we love doing this kind of stuff. But she's been wonderful. Your social media game is it's on par, and and that's what it's all about. You guys know exactly what venues to hit, and you've done it. And cheers.
Appreciate that. I will say the social media thing is great for us, and it's great for me as a show producer, because I'll know really quickly whether a general session is on target or not.
Right.
And when Michael Meacham was there this morning, I mean, things that were just lighting up, and they're up, a winner, got it. Or if there's a session upstairs that maybe not so good, I'm going to know about it.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, so is everybody else, and that's fair. But it's kind of nice to have that immediate feedback rather than waiting for surveys to come back. Or this or
Right.
that.
Yes. Exactly. You're getting that instant, real time
pictures,
feedback.
videos, the whole bit.
Yeah.
Right. Boom.
Exactly.
Bus is slow. Okay, got it. I'm on it.
Yeah. Isn't that beautiful?
But I have to tell you, we appreciate everything that LRP and FETC has done in terms of letting us and inviting us in to do this, to be able to do this live broadcast from here and talk with the folks that are presenting and attending and hanging out here at this particular conference. And I cannot thank you enough for helping and being part of this particular endeavor.
There you go.
Really,
What a team.
And I'm hoping that maybe somewhere down the road we're able to parlay this into something that is kind of a regular feature of maybe FETC, maybe LRP in general.
Yeah.
You've got a
Working
lot
with
of
you
other
guys is a lot of fun.
conferences that you guys do, and we really haven't really touched on a lot of that. I would like to delve into a little bit of that. Just right now, again, chasing down the rabbit hole. Here we go. Just talk a little bit about some of those other conferences that LRP does and what LRP publications as a whole, because I know you just don't do conferences.
Right.
You do all kinds of different things.
Yeah, we're talking about a massive organization.
Right.
It is. So let's start. We publish 2 magazines. We publish Risk and Insurance magazine, and off of that magazine, we have several conferences that focuses on those attendees. National Workers' Compensation Conference, which is huge, and Ergo Expo, the National Ergonomics Conference.
Oh yeah.
We publish HR Executive magazine, and that's where most of our HR conferences spin off of. So we do HR Technology, which kind of is our biggest conference by expo floor and by sales and everything else. It'll get to this attendance soon, but not quite. So HR Technology. We do Health and Benefits Conference. We do HR in the Hospitality Industry Conference. We also do special education materials that it's an online service that we sell to every school district in the state of Florida and many nationwide on special education and Title I issues to keep them up to date on judgments so that those schools can follow the rules and not get in trouble. And that's
Right.
We're there for making sure that schools don't get in trouble.
Right.
We also are in the federal workplace arena. So we do lots of documents that are not just paper, but we also have online services that we sell to every agency in the federal government to keep them up to date on not just judgments, but decisions that make sure that in the federal workforce arena, which is civil service, very regimented, lots of rules to follow, that our federal employees and managers are good about following the rules. Yeah. So it's a little varied, kind of different things here, but that makes my life a lot of fun. Because I get to stick a little toe in a lot of these little areas. I'm an expert in nothing. I know a little bit about a lot, and it's perfect.
We're your modern day Renaissance.
There you go. Let's go with that.
Right.
Absolutely.
Can't have a better title.
That is great.
Once again, we know you're a busy man. And we want to thank you for stopping by.
Absolutely.
And that was great. This is my first one. And no, I haven't been here before, but I'd be back tomorrow. Well, I will be back.
You will be back.
Let's hope so.
This is a great conference. You guys have taken it over and, put your knowledge of everything else into it. And, I love a smooth transition.
We do too.
And
attendees do too.
We'll get to see next year what changes a little bit.
Okay. There'll be a few. Keep an eye out.
Yeah, it'll be great. It'll be really great. Ed, thanks for coming by.
Jeff and David, you're welcome. We will save this table for you next year because I apologize for the view.
It's terrible.
Couldn't be the most beautiful picture window in the city of Orlando, but
That's right. It's awful looking out at palm trees swaying in the breeze.
Terrible job.
And the clouds rolling by. You know what?
God bless you guys. My goodness.
I just don't know if we can put up with this next year.
We'll find a basement for you next year if that's all right.
Underneath the escalators.
Right.
That's right. So we'll put you in the men's room. How do you like that?